what sort of area do you class as your area? You know when you talk about areas, like he's from Droylsden, I live in Eccles. Where do you say? Because I always think you're Salford Webby.
Well, I've been down there 20 odd years now, so I think it would be. Obviously, I don't really want to associate with Clayton with those clowns playing across the road from my mum's.
But that's where you originally
Clayton, yeah. Born and bred. Used to do a bit of mooching in Droylsden up Steve's area.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's good for
only because of decent birds.
Is it? Mate, I'll tell you what.
Keep your nose clean.
Droylsden was the place to be years ago for birds and all that, and they had the Concord Club. That was a good crack in there.
Yeah.
What post-war year was this?
Fucking swinging eighties, mate, with a big.
Club where you could go and play bingo. For
no bingo.
That whole precinct of Droylsden, it's changing because like if you get off the tram, like people who are coming to watch our games now, if you was having a sesh, my God, you could be on your arse before you get in that stadium because you get off the tram and now there's like 5 or 6, 7 boozers
before you get
the
to
stadium's 100 metres away.
I know.
How was that?
Yeah.
Years ago, all over the place,
class.
especially in Clayton National New Road, there was that many pubs. You get pissed within like about half a mile, but they've all
Come
gone
away
now.
from the stadium, right? You've got the King's Head on the corner, you've got the Beehive over the road from it.
Yeah.
Then now you've got the Jam Factory, the Snug, there's the Industry. Yeah, there's Robertson's Jam on it.
Yeah.
It was Droylsden, so
Droylsden,
it's sort of named after that. You've got the Silly Country on the corner.
Okay, that sounds like the end of my street, that.
I think Droylsden was called the Silly Country at some point by someone. Probably quite fucking
Probably me
accurate.
coming out the Concord one night.
Yeah,
Silly Country.
That is class.
That's a rare thing now, because like saying there's all the boozers are going now, aren't they? You know what I mean? You have that many on Ashton New Road.
There's nothing else in Droylsden Precinct. Even the Greggs is going.
Really?
Like, when have you heard of a Greggs shutting down?
Greggs are expanding. They don't close. They go bigger. They start
turn it into a pub.
drive-thrus.
Everything's just becoming a boozer in Droylsden Precinct.
Mate.
Like,
that's mad, that. Because in Earlham it's the same. Where I used to live in Earlham, it was like you could go every 10 metres there was a boozer.
Yeah.
And now they've all gone. Do you know what I mean? If you did a pub crawl down Earlham, through Caddy's Head and Earlham, you wouldn't even get through Caddy's Head before you were hammered.
The good old days. The good old days.
This is it, man. It's sign of the times. Webby, you're going to do some more stories today, aren't you?
I've got one there, speaking to Steve about it in the lift. It was only because I've seen it on Sky.
In the lift?
Before.
Did you spend a bit of time in the lift?
Yeah, about 20 minutes
Got stuck in a lift with Steve on a Friday. What a time to be alive.
do my fucking head in, mate, honestly.
You've been doing this quite a lot lately, and you didn't do it for years, and then it seems like every time I chat to you, you're stuck in a lift
He
with
told
someone.
me, I was going to walk the stairs in, you might as well get in the lift.
Mate, he sticks you right up there, because that lift's
Yeah, so I've seen it.
about as reliable as United's
I
defence.
seen it on Sky the other day.
Because you
Wasn't
thought, right, if I'm getting stuck here, you're coming with me.
It wasn't this morning. It's think Steve giving the year 2000. We won the league in April, mid-April.
Was it 2000 or 2001, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we won the league.
Earliest ever.
Yeah, mid-April. Absolute classic trip on the Rattler on the way down with the lads. I think there was about 3 of us who had tickets.
What's that route to Southampton?
I did that a few months ago.
London, I think.
Is it? Is it
I
into
think
London
it
and
was.
out again?
I think we didn't have but the best thing about it was
the
when we get back
He
on
weren't
it,
driving or looking out the window.
back on at Houston coming back. So we've jibbed it all away. I think the only thing we paid on was a bus going to town.
Right.
And I'll always remember the extra's face coming in the carriage. Tickets, please. Now there's about 18 of us in the carriage, and a little gentleman who was throwing around just for banter. You know, just for banter because we was bored.
When you say
it's one of them, Jay, when you won the league because we was that good.
Yeah.
Won the league.
Yeah.
Easy done. And I remember the extra saying to me,
Wolf of Wall Street.
I was going to say it's Wolf of Wall Street. When you say a little gentleman, you mean like a little person?
that's the one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right, literally.
And he, just throwing him around the carriage for banter.
As you do.
As you do.
Did he enjoy that? Was he joining
No,
in?
he was fuming. He was fucking fuming, Jay. But the best thing about it was the Hector when he comes down for the tickets. You know, the Hector, the ticket man, as we call him in those days, the Hectors. Tickets, please. He's dead. He's dead.
Steve single at appropriate times.
He's dead. I think he could still be alive, but he's nearly dead. And he's just took his hat off and slung it and just done one. And he ended up getting on the booze with us, the Hector, because he was trying to get a ticket out of us. And no one was willing to pay, was it? It was the days of to pay to fail, you know what I mean? And great trip, you know, that's when we had a great team, you know, winning the league early April and taking it for granted, you know.
I'll take winning the league in fucking June at the minute.
Yeah, I'd take winning the league via a court case.
Winning a game and playing well.
Yeah,
imagine that. Those heady days.
Yeah, good performances and 3 points. Don't really remember that. I vaguely, I know it happened. Wikipedia tells me it does, but I can't really remember it. So you got down to Southampton.
Yeah, we got all the way to Southampton.
18 of you, none
of
you
18
paid.
of 20, none of us paid.
It's a long fucking.
Audible.
No.
Obviously, some of us had tickets for United, and I think it was 2 or 3. The rest all got in by hook or by crook. Just on the way back, your league champions. It was just back, but I'll always remember that Hector's face when he's watching the carriage. You can see he's put his name down for overtime on the Saturday thing. And a nice little trip back now to London. You know, he's walked in there, seen us all there. A little kid's getting slung around all over the gaff. He must have thought, what's going on here? And but the lad's gone in. But when he's gone to him there, leave him, mate. He's dead. There's about 17 dead people in that carriage then, and I forget who was alive now. And he still didn't buy a ticket. And I remember the ex was just getting his hat proper Western.
Be asleep, don't they, on the train?
Yeah.
No one's ever pulled that one out.
They're dead.
That is a trump card.
Yeah, you're dead. Leave him alone.
There's been a massacre.
And I remember him getting his hat, because the exes used to have the old British Rail hats on and all that. And he just slung it, and someone passed him a can of lager, and he got on it, and he thought, you know what I mean? It's good crack those, but you can't get away with that now. Well, you could probably try, but great days, Southampton.
They have British Transport Fleet in all the major sort of stations. Yeah. Because you could just get away with. I had one when I was on exercise somewhere. I want to say I was in Norway or something.
Right.
And I had a thing come through that I didn't pay on the Metrolink a week when I was in Norway. I was like,
what?
Wasn't me. It was fucking clearly one of my mates had given me a fucking name and address, hasn't it?
I've done that a few times. But that's another story for another day.
Because that's all they used to do, give me a name and address. Yeah. And how people are giving real names and real addresses, I don't know, because they can't check, can they?
No.
They got any ID? No. What's your name? Michael Manchester.
I know.
Where do you live? 1 Manchester Road, Manchester. What's your postcode? M1111.
But they used to check, didn't they? On the PNC, didn't they?
Yeah.
And I think if it came back not known or whatever, then it'd be suspicious. But if it came back known and not wanted, then you were laughing. So everyone used to have a little name that you used to use, didn't they?
I was saying that about using black names. It was Montpellier away, coming back on the boat, and one of the lads got caught on the boat getting some perfume for his missus.
Really?
And I remember him getting carted off, and I remember the old Bill getting him and saying, "What's your name?" He went, "Roger Osborne." Roger Osborne. Don't know where he got that from. And then he's just carting him off. He's singing.
Surely he's got a fucking passport.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. And then they're carting him off, and he's singing Roy Orbison in Dreams. It was you had to be there. You know what I mean?
Mate,
kids from Drolsden as well.
It used to batter my head when people used to do all the lifting and that on the ways, like on
Well,
the way
that's what
out
I
there as well. 'Cause
you
if
know-
you get caught, you ain't going now. Do you know what I mean? Like, I get it on the way back.
I was fortunate to spend half an hour the other night with Sam Smart.
Oh, yeah.
And he was talking to a kid, and obviously I've heard the stories of Sam. Obviously, I was not around when Sam was pillaging all over the country with his firm. And that's what he used to go with. People used to go for fights.
Yeah.
People who we know we were speaking about before.
Yeah.
That was but their main aim was to go to rob.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Go to a town and loot it and come back with the best clobber. That's what it was.
You think about it.
That's
like
what it was.
you're on a
fight.
Yeah.
As the police were looking at them, watching them fighting, a dozen or 20 with robbing up, grafting all the shops.
You know the reason why there's some brands became popular in football circles, like Stone Island, why that became like a popular, with shit clubs usually, but like why it became like a popular sort of football fashion sort of thing, was because that, I think Sergio Tacchini was one of them. Was Lyland Scott one of them? I think it might
probably,
have been. There was a few brands like that where
Pringle and all that.
Yeah,
man, Pringle.
where and Farrow was a big one.
Yeah.
United and Liverpool had gone playing places, and I think the Stone Island one, I want to say it was World Cup 1990, but I could be wrong on that. Was like it's gone off, and because it's Italian as well, isn't it? It's gone off. People just fucking looted the gaff, but then took them all back.
Yeah.
But that's your thing. Is like you're wearing one of these that was robbed from Italy, and it was it would have been known on the terraces, wouldn't it? That was robbed from wherever. Like, so if you wanted to fit in, like the way it is, people wear it now to sort of fit in, but back then it was like a bit of a badge of, no pun intended, of honour, because you was one of the ones that went to Italy to get it. Now you can get it in a catalogue. It's not the fucking same, is it?
Exactly.
No. But like, I think
posh people wearing them.
I think Sergio Tacchini was with the Scousers, where somewhere they'd been and played in France. I think somewhere maybe, and they'd got it there. That was where a lot of that sort of casual culture came from. It was because people would go to a gaff, in Spain, in France, in Italy, something like that. And that's what the European Cup and the European Cups was bringing back to sort of terrace culture is. Everyone was rocking some fucking bananas foreign brand because we went to the away game and then you stand there on the terrace wearing that shit because
they knew you could only get it from over there.
Bingo.
Right.
The years gone by, obviously, it started with clothes, but they were going grafting jewellery, watches and all that, and then you come into clothes, and like you say, what Steve said, then people knew you'd been to that away game.
Houses,
he was wearing
cars.
the clobber, which you could only get over there. You know what I mean? So people went, he went to Juventus all those years, but look at the other week, look at that top he's got, you can't get him here.
It's mad that the Stone Island thing, especially now, because it's been done to death. Like, you'll see fucking every single Huddersfield Blackburn fan in the fucking world isn't allowed to the match unless they're wearing.
Yeah, it's like a uniform, innit?
Yeah.
Like nailed it. Now jewellery though, laughing though, because a lot of people used to do that, like Amsterdam players, like you just get deported. You get nicked, you just get.
Oh, is that the move? Is it?
Yeah, you just get deported. Like, so you go in a jewellery shop and try and have away a tray of jewels, a tray of chains or whatever, or rings. Like, the worst thing you're going to get is just deported up back to England, so you're not getting nicked or whatever. So a lot of people used to do that back in the day.
Few me used to make a living out of that.
Yeah.
You know,
it's mad,
going away game, just having a right graft.
You're not doing that. I mean, it's
Eddie B, God rest his soul. You know what I mean? Nice to see him over there.
But on the other hand,
European away, he's just
great
grafting
stories.
and grafting.
Yeah.
And God rest his soul, Eddie. What a top lad.
Yeah, he passed away recently, didn't he?
Yeah, top lad. Great turn out for his funeral. You know, he's a great lad, Eddie Beef. You know, he's sorely missed, not just by me, by plenty of United fans. But I once seen him at half time at Forest.
Companies as well.
Yeah. I once seen him at half time at Forest, the 8-1.
Yeah.
Him scrounged 200 quid at half time, straight up, and he tried to drop the things down over the kiosk, and he lay across it. I won't let him shut it because he just got 200 quid, and he wanted to stay on the bay. But characters like that don't go to United now, and like I said, I miss Eddie. You know, we've had some right laughs in town, and I always remember his invite he sent me in the post. I think it's for his 50th. Eddie's 50. It was on Oldham Street. Bring some Bugs Bunny on my ass. Classic line in big black letters. Bring some Bugs Bunny on my ass.
Fair
and
play.
All the characters were there, and it was a great night. You know, and I do miss the lads.
When you went away, Webby, was you into scrapping and that?
No.
Was you into grafting, or was you just into?
No, it's just
you know, it's a safe space to share. No one's.
He was always there in big numbers. You know, so. If anything come up, you know, like Lille away when they tear gassed us, and I remember my mate, the Mad Jock, walking out like that scene from Police Academy when he fired the tear gas, and that bloke just walks out smiling, said to the copper, "Have you got any more of that?" We've all, I've seen grown lads hit the deck, and he just walks out like that clown in suit in the Police Academy.
Some people
like
it doesn't affect. It's,
yeah.
Some
we
people
never.
CS gas doesn't.
And Alan there, my mate, went to Deportivo away. When they were good, Deportivo.
They had a great team down there.
Yeah, Beckham scored it, poured down the pit. The ground was right on the coast, remember? And my mate Alan from Scotland, I've not seen him for a bit now. And we had a booze in the day. And I thought, we're going to nose this up now. We need to get our heads down for a few hours. So he said to me, Alan, I've just got to get some fags. The machine's not working, so I'm in the bar there. Next thing he's walks in with nothing on. He's got a bunch of bananas there and a load of grapes. But you have to be there to see it. And he just thought he was doing nothing wrong. Montpellier away in 91. Knocked an head off a dummy. Cup Winners' Cup. Knocks an head off a dummy on the street at Mannequin and puts a dress on. He's wearing it in the ground. Straight up that. The Mad Jock. Unbelievable lad. He used to come down to United match and he had to leave at half time. Until he was stuck down because he was working on a Sunday. Yeah. He had to leave at half time and get his train back to Scotland.
So he just come for the first half?
First half.
And how much travelling's that? Wow.
He come from a place called Addywell. Addywell. I think it's just outside between Glasgow and wherever. But I went up there once. He'd been minding me for years for me to go up. You know, he put it off. So I went up one weekend, and he had a party in my honour in his house. Right. I remember getting up in the morning because I was blind drunk, and they're all there with hoovers and tiny. You didn't think anything was going on. But what I was annoyed about him was that he'd not told me it was barred from the pubs round there, so we couldn't go out for the pint. There was 4 pubs in the village, and he was barred for them all. So it was like in his house every night. But what dedication, you know. I met him on the boat, going to Montpellier, and we remained mates. Obviously, I've not seen him for a bit, but I know he's still. Don't think he comes down a lot now. He had a bit of an accident at work, but when he knocked that head off, and if you watch the match at Montpellier, there's 2 ends, the official United end, and there's those loons in the corner. Yeah, we got tickets. And the camera goes on it, and he stood on the wall with a woman's dress on and a Celtic scarf around his head. Yeah, the Mad Jock.
Someone's
People will know him on here, the Mad Jock.
The Mad Jock. If you know the Mad Jock, that's his nickname before anyone gets offended. Glenn F17 says, do you remember prison shirts being trendy for a while? Mid to late 80s. It was longer than that. I remember that. Prison clobber. It was all like army surplus stores.
I remember, do you know what I found the other day? My mum's, it was fucking mad. Remember the old half and half ski hats?
Yeah.
I had.
But it weren't half and half like United City. What, it was
No,
half. It was half.
United Celtic.
Wasn't it?
United Celtic.
Yeah.
United one half, Celtic on the other, and then City used to have Rangers.
They were bobble hats without a bobble.
Yeah. Because there was that thing, wasn't it, with United-Celtic?
Yeah.
And then City Rangers had that little fake sort of thing
But
going on.
when I went out to Celtic,
well, that bit's not
it was
fake,
proper
but
naughty when I
the
went to
connection.
Celtic last time,
Yeah.
a few years back. You know, I think the friendship was all. You remember when they come and played Rapid Vienna when they had to replay the game, and that night, obviously, there was loads of Uniteds watching the match because United played Dundee United away,
Right.
and they beat them, so the score was flashing up, and the Celtic fans were going ill because United fans was cheering when the score. It just flashed up on the score. Latest score like 1-1, 2-1, 2-all, and United won. I think Strachan got the winner in extra time. We beat them over 2 legs, but that's when they had a top team, Dundee United.
Yeah.
Top team, and then there was
Ralph Milne, didn't he play for
Didn't
Dundee
they get
United?
to a Cup Winners' Cup final?
Dundee United, I think they did. I think they had a little. Didn't they have like a golden period in the early 80s?
Early 80s,
Yeah,
didn't
when
they?
he won a
Paul
few.
Studdock. Remember him?
Mate,
What
yeah.
a player he was.
He ended up managing, didn't he?
I don't know Paul
Paul
Studdock.
He
Studdock.
managed
Top
at like
centre
Sheffield
forward.
Wednesday or something.
No, Mark McGee was Aberdeen, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Mark
yeah.
McGee. But they had a top team. And then obviously United, a lot of teams got on that, didn't they? Using Celtic for testimonials because they fill the ground.
Remember that. I remember going into the Celtic game at Old Trafford. I didn't have a ticket.
Robbo's.
I want to say Hughes, but
I think everyone's used Celtic, didn't they?
92, 93.
Irwin, Robbo, Hughes.
We got beat 3-1, but I remember the Celtic fans, because I was used to walk around when I didn't have a ticket, trying to get in, and he went, come in with us, and he just dragged me through, and he said to the guy on the turnstile, like, easy with us, let him in.
He's got a gun.
Yeah, and they were like, it was like that, and they were like, the stewards was like, yeah, whatever, just go in. And then they were all right, like, I jumped up when United scored, and they were all like, giving me a bit of grief,
Which
but it was
one
all friendly, only
was
kid.
it Dennis Law's testimonial when he played Rangers? It kicked off. I might be wrong.
Dennis Law's testimonials bit before that time.
Yeah,
That was in
kicked
black
off
and
the-
white in person.
The Rangers fans had all got in the Stretford end.
Oh,
And
that's
it was
going to go
pretty
down well,
scared.
hasn't it? Really?
I think it was Dennis Law. Someone might come back on here and say.
No, man's got a story of going. I think when did Rangers come down? Was it 74? Rangers come down and played a friendly in pre-season. I think
Let's have a find.
that
this
might
with
be Dennis Law's
testimonial.
it might have been. Yeah. So this is 74. I think it's 74.
Yeah, he's pretty tasty by all accounts.
And my dad would have been 14, taking his younger brother, who would have been 11, I think,
Right,
which is
okay.
mental to go from Droylsden to Old Trafford on a bus. And they said when he was on a bus, there was a geezer in a butcher's coat, Rangers fan, butcher's coat on, and he said he was that drunk he couldn't even like open his fucking eyes, and he just kept like going shh and pulling whiskey out of his coat pocket. He said, and he dropped one, and he started kicking off, and he was thinking, fucking hell, like we're gonna get filled in, and he goes, hey, shh. Pulls another one out of his other pocket, full bottle of whiskey. But he said there was a guy swinging a fireman's axe on the centre circle.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sure it was that. I might be wrong. It might just be a pre-season friendly, but I know the attack that was in the Stretford end, and it got pretty tasty by all accounts.
Really? Jeez, I mean, that's a combo,
Imagine that
innit?
though, like you got a 14-year-old and 11-year-old kid, and they're at Old Trafford, and there's a guy fucking swinging axes around.
Even by United standards, that's unbelievable. Tiemann says, if you were stranded on an island and could only have 3 items with you, what 3 items are you choosing?
A boat
A boat, a sat-nav.
and a map.
Yeah, a map.
A bowl, a kebab,
A boat, a kebab.
and UJ. That'd
Yeah.
be mint.
Well, mate, we'll have a party, me and you, Webby. You can entertain me with more of these stories. Loads of people in the chat. Webby's a legend. Someone asking about, I don't know what's that. Did Steve just say Uddersfield? Kartik Kandori says, yeah, that's how it's pronounced, isn't it?
Especially over there.
Yeah. Hit that like button, says Glenn F17. People talking about I back tonight, says United we stand. Yeah, we all do. Mark Boy says 1987 Dundee United got to Cup Winners' Cup final. There you go. Right. Chris Lee says yes, they did with Paul Sturrock and Maurice Malpas.
Malpas, yes.
Yeah.
I think he was
So
fullback.
do not know those names.
Maurice Malpas.
Peter Kelly says Dundee United have a 100% record against Barcelona.
Yeah, I did know that stat.
Really?
Yeah, I did
mean,
know
they
that
played them once.
I think it's the only team that. Oh no, they might have played them twice. Either way,
let's have a look at
Remember that? Yeah, remember that? They beat Barca. Yeah, there was a good team, Steve. Tell you what, He was on the verge. I don't think they ever broke that Celtic Rangers when Aberdeen was there with Fergie.
Well, they didn't.
But
Aberdeen was the last team to win.
Yeah,
the
but
title.
there was always thereabouts. That's when the Scottish leagues were good. There was 4 teams, and it was always neck and neck till the death.
How many?
It says here, right? There's 4.
Wow, you beat them every time.
Yeah. Right. So 1986
the fucking. How they call it tangerines? I'm like.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Tangerines.
66 to 67, they played Barcelona in the second round of the. It just says the UEFA Cup, I think this is, and they beat them at the Nou Camp 2-1. Then they beat them 2-0 back at their ground. Then they played them in the quarterfinals of the UEFA Cup again. It says Europa League, but it would have been the UEFA Cup back in them days in '87.
I think that was a Cup Winners' Cup.
Oh right, sorry, the Cup Winners' Cup. Then they beat them 1-0 at home, and then they beat them 2-1 at the Nou Camp again.
Rent free.
I mean, that's like severe against us. That's just like
we own you.
Yeah, like what's going on there? How you played Barcelona 4 times?
Have you got the teams?
The 86 to 87 one.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can. Oh shit! Sorry, I clicked on the wrong thing. Let me see if I can find the teams there for you, because there'll probably be a few names that you recognise, Webby. Right, so for the Dundee United
give me the Barca team.
Right, Barcelona's got Zubi Zareta in goal.
Top
Nice.
keeper.
Got Girardo, Miguel, Calder, Manolo, Mora, Tala, Robert, Victor Muniz. Guess who's up front for
Archibald.
Tixie.
Lineker. Archibald.
Lineker.
One of them. Guess who
Hughes.
the other one is? Yeah.
Hughes.
Marcus Alonso is playing for Barcelona as well. That's man, he must have only been about 1. For the Dundee team, you've got Billy Thompson. I don't know any of these people, but you might. John Clark, Paul Hegarty, John Holt,
Yeah.
Dave Neri.
David Neri.
Neri was scoring against Brazil.
Brazil Neri,
That
the
goal.
goal. David
Yeah.
Neri, what a player he was. Remember it still?
25 yards against Brazil in the World Cup.
When was
Was
this?
that the 1982 World Cup?
Yeah, I think it was.
David
Scored like-
I'm a
Neri.
bit of a Johnny come lately to the 82 World Cup.
How old were you then?
I was born in 83.
You
So.
YouTubers just the same. I wasn't born, so I don't watch it. Pathetic.
What's that goal, Steve? He got
Honestly.
beat 4-1 though, didn't
Yeah,
they?
I think it
It angered Brazil. It angered
Brazil,
Brazil.
what do you mean you're doing? Give us that ball.
Yeah.
Right, enough of this nonsense.
Right, go on.
So there was him, there was Maurice Malpas, Jim McInally, Ian Redford, Ian Ferguson, Kevin Gallagher, and Paul Sturrock. Kevin Gallagher, there have been about 3 footballers called Kevin Gallagher.
Yeah.
Didn't one play for Blackburn?
Blackburn is top player.
Manager was Jim McLean.
Jim McLean, yeah.
And who was managing Barca?
Managing Barca.
What year?
87.
Yeah.
87.
Big Ron?
No.
Venables.
Yeah, El Sal.
El Sal.
Sorry,
Called
that's
him.
what I meant.
Yeah,
I meant,
you did.
I thought I meant
Yeah,
Altal,
yeah.
not Big Ron.
Yeah, I'm about to say. So yeah, they had a little bit of a golden period there. Old Dundee United. Loads of people in the chat as well. Standing Knox says, yep. Neri. Ajax win Cup Winners' Cup 86-87. The Van Basten team. Oh right, okay.
Yeah, you ain't shit if you ain't won the Cup Winners' Cup.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
I mean, that's just magical, isn't it? MUFC Matt says, I'd like to know your go-to lagers.
Help me. It's on Thursday night in sound.
Whatever's going. Yeah.
Cronenberg.
Really?
Yeah, Cronenberg. Yeah.
Heineken and Paulina, if I can find it. Or a Leffe. Leffes are about fucking 8% though, so you quickly slip down your chair a little bit with one of those and need tucking in.
You're quite a drink connoisseur, you aren't you? Hey, seriously. What's wrong with a little bit of Stella?
Or
No, it's still
my favourite lager. I
No,
mean,
it's
really, my
rabbit.
favourite lager, hands down, is rum and coke. But
Yeah. It is. We all know that's the.
I did a post the other day on Twitter and got fucking. But I had to mute it because I did. If I give you a beer, if I give you a pub and you can have 5 pumps, what 5 beers would you have?
Oh, that's a good one.
And I got a fucking million replies
Yeah.
to people.
Yeah.
Joe, one that was getting replied a lot and I've never tried it was Asahi.
Ethan, have we still got them crisps? Go and get them. This is
random.
relevant.
All right.
Yeah, don't worry. I've not gone off the deep end.
Really?
Yeah, trust me.
Why is he smiling this week anyway? I told him not to.
Nah, I forgot you were in actually. I thought I meant to give him today as his day off, so you didn't see him. But he was very, very respectful. Are these the right ones? Right. Okay. Try one of these. Let us know what you think.
You don't want to fucking blow up on it.
No, they're not going to blow up. I'll see if you can guess what flavour they are, or you might be able to see.
We can't see.
It ruins it all.
No.
Have a guess at home, even though you can't taste them. You might need. If you need another one, let me know. I'll leave them there.
I want to say blueberry.
He's gone blueberry. What have you gone with? I mean, neither of you exactly. This isn't. And by the way, we don't have an endorsement with this company. Obviously, he's pulling a face like he's eating a bit of lemon. or even a lemon.
Shandy.
Oh, he's at the post. The beer flavoured crisp.
Fucking beer flavoured crisp.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking turn it in.
Anyway, enough of that nonsense. Fresh ball fall is upon us, and you need to be in the festive spirit, right? We spoke about this. We're not in America, right? We can't be any more Mancunian on this podcast than we are. We've got Droylsden, we've got Salford via Beswick, and we've got Eccles. So we're not going to say fresh ball fall. What was it you said?
Sort of
Autumn, yeah? That's how us Mancs say it. Autumn is here. I mean, we're edging away from it now, but light a candle, get some pumpkin spice, and make sure your balls look nice with the sponsors of today's show, Manscaped. Nature may clear the leaves off the trees, but you'll need Manscaped's help to get you ready for that sweater weather. Get your pants puppies prepared for cuffing season. I still don't know what that is. With a trim as refreshing as an autumn breeze by going to manscaped.com and using the code HOUSEN. You get 20% off and free shipping. What are you going to get for all that? I know that's what you're asking. You're going to get the Lawnmower 4.0. We might have some news coming up soon about the Lawnmower, but make sure you go and check this out anyway. Lawnmower 4.0 with the 4000K LED spotlight, the 7000 RPM motor. You get the Crop Reviver ball spray toner. You get the ball deodorant as well. You get the Boxer Breeze with anti-chafing technology. You're joining 9 million men worldwide that are
Jake,
part of the Manscaped family. Just get it done. Go on.
On me, right?
Go
Listen.
on.
Stop making Jay say all that shit.
Thank you.
Just go buy 48 each, right? Everyone who's watching this, just go buy 48 each, store them in your box room. I don't care about your kid, right? It'll be fine.
Yeah.
And every time there's a man in your life or a penis-having person
Yeah.
in your life
Yeah.
has a birthday, give them
Manscaping.
something to sort the balls out.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Stephen. 20% off and free shipping. Use the code HOUSEN. There's a link in the description and in the chat. Do what he said. Your balls will
Just buy
thank you.
48 packages or so each.
48,
Off it, round up to 50 if you want.
Yeah, come
Feeling
on.
generous.
Stop being stingy. You know what I mean? Help us out. Thank you. Big thank you to Manscaped sponsoring this podcast. Kushar Patel says, thank God Jay and Uncle Webby are back. Last week with Joe and Ryan was too smart for me. Really?
There's a lot of football talk. I tried.
What?
I tried.
I'm very, very disappointed in you. You should be ashamed of yourself. I heard a little rumour about that, but I refused to believe it. I said, there's no way on God's earth Steve's going to let Joe Smith and Ryan Hopper come on this podcast and start dictating the odds. Not a chance. And you just couldn't be bothered, could you?
Can't remember.
Nah, I'll accept that.
What have you been up to this week? What have you been up to this week?
Obviously, the 2 matches. We like to speak about that, and then just
You-
avoiding
you-
all kinds of telly with the sports.
You wrung your
including
pants
it.
out from the canal yet?
Unbelievable, mate. I've seen it bad. You know, I'm a lot older than you. I've seen it bad. But Christ's sake, not as bad.
I wanted
as
to
this.
ask you that.
Not
Forgive
as bad
me.
as this.
Because it ties me also. Yeah. We did this off the bar. We were speaking about this. You've seen it bad.
Yeah.
How bad is it now? Because
The worst.
you've been really
The worst, mate.
Because me and you were sat. We all three were sat here
Is
talking
it
about
perceptually worse?
14 game.
It's just that you know.
runs under Fergie.
It's like you know, when the other team scores, we're not coming back.
That's
now under
true.
Fergie, you could be getting beat 1-0 till the 88th minute, and you'd be devastated with a draw. At the end of that, it's just that there's no fight, there's no plan. We don't even look like it's going to. And I said it the other day. You take the kid out up front and put him in City's team. He's already got 10 this season. He's getting no service. There's no play. There's people throwing their hands up. There's no fight. They've got no winner. I can go on for hours, and it's fucking. Do you know what? This is going to hurt me. This. We're not far out of a fucking relegation battle. If we don't, we're going to get dragged in. If some of these players don't, I don't want to say we'll try better next time. We was unlucky. No, you was dog shit against City, and you was even dog shit more against Newcastle. You know, no heart, no battle, no nothing. Basic errors. You know, you're looking at Delodex, it's like he had a broken neck. Because the player run past him, the player was right behind him. Where's he on sideways? You know, just and there's too many players at our club, and it's not their fault, and it's fair play to them, lads. Big contracts. They're not going to go. How long did it take us to get rid of fucking Phil Jones?
Well, we didn't get rid of him. His contract ran out.
I don't know if you realise he's still there.
He is it?
He's in the fucking 18s, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
No, but Jay, it's bad. It's the worst I've seen.
Really?
You know, I started going regular, Sexton. So, like, as a 6 or 7 year old, I was going regular, and that was poor. 0-0s, and we'd win 1-0. And under
we were
Big
talking about this the other day.
and
weren't we?
under Big Ron, it wasn't that great, but we'd always beat Liverpool. We'd always do and then get beat to Norwich at home.
Yeah.
You know, and we'd always go on a cup running. Everyone would get excited. And then under Ferguson at the start, it was terrible. It was absolutely hanging.
Yeah.
You know, I remember us getting beat by Crystal Palace.
Oh yeah, that's
when
Pete Molyneux
flag.
got his bed sheet out.
We went to Forest, and he was under pressure there.
The cup game.
The cup game was the best United end I've been in my life.
Really?
We had all that bottom end. Everyone was drunk. And it never stopped singing, you know, and we had a lot of injuries, a lot of players out. I remember I went to every round that year. I think it was Forest in the third round, then we played Hereford away, Clayton Blackmore scored. Then we went up to Newcastle, beat them 3-2, cracking game. We went to Sheffield United, Chucky got the winner 1-0. Semi-final against Oldham, the 2 games.
Yeah.
And I always remember watching
Liverpool. One of him.
I was, you had a sleep in the North Stand, could have been in the West Indian Social Club with my granddad before the game, watching Liverpool against Palace.
Oh yeah, because they drew 3-0. The 4-3, wasn't it? Sorry, yeah, the 4-3. Forgot about that.
Yeah, and it goes on with head in the North Stand. I couldn't keep
Mate, I was on the couch during lockdown watching it because it came on United versus Oldham. Like, they put the whole game on ITV. Decided to do a proper bit of telly for once, and I thought, you know what? I'll watch this. I'll watch it all. The next thing you know, I just seen Webby popping up there, looking and bit worse for it. A bit worse for
my granddad and his cones. Say no more.
You're saying it's the worst ever. You've named all these players that are, and like, I just wanted to get, because I wanted to get your take on it. Do you just stick with this manager then? Yeah,
because you can't polish a turd. Whoever comes in, what's he going to do?
Yeah.
You know, I go back to the Keno interview about Ole throwing him under the bus. You know, we've got a player there, Sancho, whatever he's on, people say he's on 370. Fair play to him. But what happens if Salah gets sacked tomorrow? Yeah, say he gets sacked. So he comes in again. New manager's going to think, well, hang on, he's an England international, I'm not having him there, I want him back in. Does he think, well, no one can touch me, look at that, I'm back in now. We've got too many players who think they're better than what they are and they're not. And I remember Dallo about 3 years ago playing against us because we wasn't asked about him being on loan at Milan. Let him play against us.
No.
And now he's our first choice right back. I know Wan-Bissaka's been injured, but we're still getting a lot of games. Not good enough to be at the football club. Basic headers, what you won't see on Wivenshaw Park from a full-back. Who's probably been on the bay all night. You know, just not good enough, Steve. And I always say, when I look at our players, would they get in City squad?
No.
Would they get in the Arsenal squad? They wouldn't. So why should we have to? We're the biggest club in the world. We've got to start acting like get the clowns out who run our club and get proper football people. Because if we don't, we're doomed, mate. We're absolutely doomed. It breaks me. I just gave my Fulham ticket away the other day because I'm not getting my ass out of bed at 4 o'clock in the morning to watch them showers. Yeah. I can't be arsed with them. You know what I mean? I cannot be arsed. I didn't go in on Wednesday night because I couldn't be arsed. And I walked out of that match at the Derby absolutely gutted. It was men against boys. They took the piss. They had 3 or 4 more gears to go up with, and I think they thought the manager just lay off as a saving energy, lads, because they could have. And without Jeremy Beadle in nets, he could have been 6 or 7, couldn't it?
Yeah.
You know, he probably had one of his better games. You know, where's the fight? Where's the spirit? We're playing City. We're playing our local neighbours, the Derby. Get up for it. Shower is shite, lads.
I mean, it's a lovely moniker you've given Andre Onana, by the way, Jeremy Beadle.
He's a Cameroon Jeremy Beadle, isn't he? You know what I mean? But without him, a few games, you know, it's just, Steve, I can't look at him. Maguire, people having a go at him, and I thought he's played all right, but I thought he played the head off for their second goal the other night, you know. Get out for the corner.
Yeah, it was a bit of an header back into the danger.
Casemiro's out now for 8 weeks. Is that a good or is that a bad thing? You know, people have got to step up to the mark. You know, taking Amrabat off at half-time was an absolute disaster by the manager.
In the Derby. I didn't get that
disaster.
Didn't get it.
You know, they just played right through us then.
Yeah, you could see it.
1-0, we had a few chances where you're thinking, we get an early goal here, we'll do it.
Did he think, let's twist instead of sticking and try and get back in the mix?
That must have been his
He
thought.
did, Steve, you're right.
But was you surprised at that though? Because I don't know anything about coaching and all that. Yeah, I'm a layman. But I was like, really? Was you surprised though? Because you're a bit more tactical than I am.
Yeah, but I'm not fucking Premier League level.
No, but I think, was you surprised or did you think, okay,
no, I was
get
completely surprised.
Yeah. Everyone thought he was injured. Or was it the booking, another loose tackle and he's gone? But then Hannibal the other night had done 2, should have been sent off.
You can't
then he
take off
stays on.
midfielders because they're on a yellow. No, you can have no one left in this day and age.
Keane would have been off after 2 minutes every game, wouldn't
it? You can't do that when you've got players that you need. And I was where I was stood behind the goal. And I'm like you, Webby, I'm falling out of love with it a little bit. And I don't want to be them when we start losing, so I'm not going. I'll go for a thick and thin, but I've started doing more stuff here in the studio. But I remember looking at, and you could just see the big gap missing in the midfield where he'd been.
You look at the Wolves game, that was it for me. Our team, Wolves, the first home game, were running through us.
Cunha, that lad Cunha looking like he was prime Lionel Messi.
And they're thinking, well,
I've never even heard of him before.
I can see that. Sat in my seat in East Stand. Surely the management staff can see it. Let's get it sorted. But it
Something's
hasn't
got
been.
to change, and I don't know what's got to change, because it's almost like the last season where you go, fucking hell, we've done all right, but we ain't got a striker. So you go, get us a striker and we'll be fine. But then we got a striker, right wing shit to bed, the defence went AWOL, and like the midfielders just fucking clocked out, and you think, okay, like where do we even start to fix this? Because we can't attack, we can't defend, we can't pass. It's almost back to the Moyes era.
We could be sat here now on no points.
We could. Every
On no
win,
points.
every win's been a bit. There's been an element of
Wolves,
looks to it.
Forest, Brentford, Sheffield United.
The one game we played
Burnley.
this year was
Arsenal.
Palace's reserves.
Yeah.
And Arsenal was
Arsenal
unlucky
yeah.
against Arsenal, fair play.
But the others were crap.
But it was a counter-attacking performance that relied on, can we just fucking bosh it in for one person?
Yeah. But you've just said something there when you've named you was alluding to the Moyes thing, weren't you?
United just need to get better at like creating chances, tackling, passing, and defending.
Yeah,
It'll be all right.
but like when you see all that, do you fear that like the solution, if it doesn't turn around, is going to be the manager? Because you can't get rid of the whole squad.
I said this the other day on ours.
I know you did.
Right, but I don't think the Glazers make a decision.
Right.
Because that requires a lot from them, and I don't think decision making's their thing.
asked.
No. But I do think if you're putting all of this sporting sort of emphasis on Dave Brailsford, John Claude, whatever the fuck he was called,
Yeah.
Van, can't remember,
I don't know. It don't
Paul
matter.
Mitchell,
Yeah.
and Jim Radcliffe. If all them lot are coming in and doing anything, do they want to rubber stamp that we're here now with on your fucking bike, lad?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know them. So you got to say it's a possibility that's what they do. Now, do they give him 6 months? Like, I was chatting to someone the other day and they said, does anyone survive a takeover? No manager survives takeovers. And I said, well, Fergie did.
Ah, yeah. That's a great
Probably
point.
not.
But how many-
Steve Bruce,
how many-
within weeks of them coming over, he was gone.
Yeah.
But how many managers retire on their own terms like Fergie did? So let's not use Fergie as our barometer of rise we're fucked.
No.
So I don't know. I mean, because on a 12-month timeline post-takeover, did you survive the takeover by going inside 12 months or what? Because it just seemed like new owners come in and the clock is ticking in it for any manager that's in there. And I know it's not a full takeover, it's a partial takeover, but it's a takeover of the football control, allegedly, isn't it? So does he survive that?
I think you might have a point there. I think waiting until the summer might be the happy medium for them. Because if they go, right, get rid of him, here's a new manager like you just said, then it's like, okay, everyone's judging them now. You've brought in this new guy. So yes, he might turn it around, but he might not. And then people
Probably won't.
Yeah.
Probably, if we're being real with ourselves, probably won't. You're only pissed with the cut you got, and that's not a fucking shower. So I don't think anyone's fucking turning this around.
And it
So
doesn't
what's
seem-
success, really, from here? Top four probably deserves a fucking trophy parade and a knighthood from here now.
It does, doesn't it?
So-
'Cause I think that's done.
So where are you? What's success for us this
FA
year?
Cup win. I know it will happen, but that would be... If we won the FA Cup, that'd feel like 99 and 08 rolled into one. Honestly. With this, as you said, this shower, winning a major trophy, I'd be like,
Do you think we
how's that happen?
overachieved last year, big time?
No, I don't think we overachieved. I think we achieved the sort of levels
I
we
thought we
should be
did well.
getting.
I thought we did
Yeah.
well.
But
I
then I'm looking at the likes of Spurs, the likes of Chelsea, because obviously one day, unfortunately, Chelsea are going to come good. And it's a laugh at the moment, but as bad as us.
Yeah.
I'd
And then
argue that worse.
people,
Yeah, I'd go with you.
people we're getting bigger and stronger now. Don't disrespect. You know,
Gotta
I look
remember,
at
this is 10 games in for Spurs.
I think this is a touch of the Ollies at United.
Yeah.
Conte's horrible. Postecoglou comes in and he's done what Ollie did after Mourinho. He's brought back Basuma, who was a good player.
Only won 14 fucking games.
Yeah,
Yeah,
on the bounce,
right?
yeah.
Yeah,
Know
and
what I'm saying?
put
So-
his arm around people. Everyone loves him because he's not Conte and he's nice and he's friendly. And
He's got a crazy accent, man. He's got some stories.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And you ride that wave.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see when he start losing a few games, whether like Ollie, it went to pot that back end of his first season, or
Like, look,
he's got it in
if he
to turn
wins
around.
something and then backs it up with something else, you have to go, well,
If he wins a trophy
Angie's
at Spurs.
Angie's the truth,
Yeah,
right?
nah, he is.
But right now, he's won, 8 in 11 or something? 8 it's like he's doing a good job. He's not fucking blown anyone away. He's turned a shit Spurs into a pretty good Spurs. But fuck me, is that like...
Yeah, I mean,
What
you know,
we're looking
like
at?
you say,
I think
credit,
the key
but
for that,
it's
and
it's early doors.
surprised no one else went for him. Maddison. You know, he always thought when he played against us that he could open doors.
We said it.
40 million quid.
Like the thing with Maddison, whenever we played against him, it was like we put 2 men on him. Everything through Leicester came through him. The problem was, you look at it and you go, yeah, but they've been relegated. He misses a few games for injury, and obviously the manager just fancied Mount, didn't he? He just wanted Mount over. Like I don't see us getting both of them. No. So it was obviously like we went for Mount, and you know Spurs had a pretty free run at Maddison. Yeah. Now it looks like the wrong decision, but it's only early doors, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But I don't know. It worries me. It worries me about tomorrow. Michael Dyson, who's been a member of the academy for 21 months, said, Would you guys be happier if there was much less money and tourists in football, and if it was similar to how it was in the 80s and 90s? I have an issue with tourists in football, right? Not with tourists in football. I've been a tourist in football. You go to Barcelona or Madrid or somewhere on holiday, you might decide to go and watch a Barcelona game.
Mate, I went to watch San Francisco Giants baseball. I don't even know the sport.
Exactly. Like, so you're a tourist. Actually. Yeah, you did the full American experience, didn't you? But fair play to you. So you're a tourist there. Are you a diehard Yankees fan? You're there every week. Do you know what I mean? Could you even name any of the players? So I don't have an issue with
there was a Steve.
Was that? I'll take your word for it. Does Babe Ruth still play for them? So I don't have a problem with people coming for the day to Old Trafford or come out to see the ground or whatever, because that's just part and parcel of being a big club. That's what you get, and I've done it. I don't know. I've never had an issue with it.
I've not got a problem with it at all. You know, it's their dream and it's to come and watch their team out United.
I think it's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like
the only thing what got
we had an
me
accident
years
at birth
ago,
that all three of us was born within pissing distance of the gaff, and that was it. We could have been born anywhere. No. I think as long as the only problem I would have, and this isn't. I think this is rarer than people make out to be, but I think as long as you're not been a flip-flop and you didn't fucking grow up supporting Notts County or something and then fucking decide that you're a United fan when you grow up or something.
Yeah.
Or if you fucking, wherever you live, whether you live in Calcutta or whatever, and you was like, Chelsea are good, Manchester United are good, well, you can fuck off.
Yeah.
But as long as you went, whatever your reason is, that's me.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of me. And then that's your club, then I don't give a fuck.
Mate,
and the people that have supported United for 25, 30, 40 years and come over, I see a lot of fucking people hit me up and go, I'm coming over for my first trip, been a fan since 98, and you're like, wow.
Yeah. No, fair play. Bro, I used to live with a lad from Uganda when I was at uni. He grew up in Hazleworth. He'd moved over from Uganda when he was 7. Massive United fan. We used to watch it. Never been to Old Trafford. Took him to his first game. He was as passionate as I was. I mean, we got beat off Blackburn. It was that 3-2 of Blackburn, remember?
Yeah.
When Fergie played, was it Raphael? And,
when Pogba decided he was going to get on his toes.
Yeah, it was that game. Yeah. But I'm not going to say
Raphael.
He was less of a fan. He was just a United fan who happened to be born in Uganda, whereas I grew up in Stretford. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So, no, I've never had a problem with tourists in football.
Where was you at Main Road in 86?
Yeah, exactly. Hey, if you'd have grown up in Beswick when if the Etihad had been there, do you reckon it'd have been someone would have tried to take you to City?
Killed him.
Good lad.
No one's taking anyone from Beswick now to fucking City. What you're on a fucking bout?
That's a great point, well made. That's Salford 69 says, big up Webby, like it's no nonsense. Say it how you see it, attitude, loads of emojis, yeah. I wanted to ask you, how's Skip Rat?
Good, I've heard, but it was from a lunatic who told me, so I'll have to try and make some inquiries. But it'll be skipping around a rat.
We get a lot of inquiries about him.
I got pulled in town the other day. This random bloke come past me and said, "I'll skip rat." I'm going,
I
said, "It's fine." No, Pedro's all right. He'll be ducking and diving in up Miles Platinum, getting a few quid. So fair play to him.
Yeah, good lad.
Top lad.
Yeah,
top lad.
I love that. Elijah from Nashville says, I truly feel like nothing will change unless the ownership changes. Case in point, Newcastle under Ashley, as opposed to now under new ownership.
Yeah, look how many managers City went through. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not.
It's bad times at the moment, lad. They'll come back. I don't know when, but like you're saying, we've got to get them out, get the new ones in. Let's see it start. But it's just hanging at the moment, and it's fucking hanging. You know what? Now I'm not getting worked up.
Really?
It shouldn't be like that. It should be getting like that, but I'm not now.
Could have broken me about 20 minutes ago.
Hello, yeah. Hey, we'll clip that bit up then. Hey, Burnside, his back says Dundee United 100% record against Barcelona, played 4-1-4 in 87. Charlton and Fergie were guests of club at Camp Nou when we won 2-0. That must be from a Dundee United fan. Someone said about the Rangers game, I don't think was it Jim Moulton or someone said, or is that I just read it? Jim Moulton testimonial versus Rangers 1974. I think when I googled
that one my dad was on
yeah, I think the Dennis Law one was against Ajax or something. I think it said, unless it
what fucking random one.
Mate, it's
Where did we
mad,
sign
isn't
him
I don't know why I've
from?
got that.
Torino. Was it Torino?
Torino, yeah.
Knowledge. Yeah.
For how much?
150 grand.
Yeah, it was a
because
big,
he was
big
looking
bit
at
of-
Was it not
Liverpool.
250 grand.
No, I think it was 150. But I think Liverpool would have to get him. Well, he spoke to Liverpool, and United. I think the story was United outbid Liverpool because Shankly wouldn't go above that mark, so United paid £1 more. Like, remember the Suarez thing the other year? They paid that thingy, so... I know I did that rant before, but it's like now when I come away
got in
from
his head
this,
now.
I have to
Take
get
notice of him.
No, I have to get that off my mind. But like now, I'm not slinging myself in the car tomorrow if it don't go right at Fulham.
Right.
Sick of going through clothes. I've had enough of it now. You know what I mean? I'm sick of it. It's full up every game.
I don't like this, right? Because I've seen you under Van Gaal. I remember that got to you. I remember you'd had enough. I remember you.
Do you know why?
The file of
The
facts.
expectations.
Yeah.
Because we all said this the other day. When Louis came in, we all went,
Yeah.
"Watch
Forget
this.
Moyes. We'll be all right now.
Watch
We've got
this.
a proper manager in.
fucking gaffer. He's Dutch and everything.
Yeah, exactly. Watching him in the World Cup as well.
Oh.
Where Van Persie was banging.
Not
in
just Van
diving
Persie,
headers.
it's making fucking 90th minute subs to win penalty shootouts,
Mate.
and you're like, guy's a fucking genius, look at what he's doing.
And then what were you thinking a year later?
I ain't seen a goal in about 8 months. I was in East Stand, I've not seen a
Was it-
fucking
I
goal.
was in your end, bro.
199 crosses against Fulham at home.
No, that was
Moyes.
Moyes.
Is that Moyes?
2-all, that, wasn't it?
29 of them with Ashley Young, we don't forget.
Are you going to do this podcast with him yet? What?
Hey,
Is the invitation still there?
listen. Hey,
Right, okay. Say no more. I'll tell you what.
shitbag.
I will. That is one. You know, you say you get the popcorn out. I will definitely have the popcorn out for that one. I want to see how awkward it is, that first initial introduction.
Right, Joe, I'll put something public, all right? So,
Go on.
fuck it.
I love this already.
There's a few. When did we. Was it Villa last year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was before. He's gone Everton now.
Yeah, he's going to have it now.
So I tweeted
Yeah.
in that Villa game, Ashley Young has crossed it and it's gone out for a throw in, and I've got no comment to make on that whatsoever, right? He screenshot it and sent it Rio.
No, because Rio replied, didn't he? Rio blew it up because he replied. So you've got a big following anyway, but Rio's obviously got a huge following. He replied and said something like laughing with you, but like say, "I'll leave him alone" or something, or give it a rest. Something I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, it was something along those
defending
lines.
Ashley Young, and you came back, but well, yeah, I'm going to tell the story, right? Can I tell the story?
That's what you want.
Right. You know what? I'm going to tell the story. He's left now anyway.
Ruined your fucking night.
So
Didn't ruin my night.
I got my pal used to work at MUTV, right, years ago when I was.
Oh, that story. I thought it was a different story.
Oh no, not that. No, what's the other one?
I think you defended him one night and
Oh right, yeah,
Burnt
that
you.
one. Yeah, with me and Steve, we were mates, but we weren't as close as we are now. And there was one night where Ashley Young, I think we played Watford or Palace. He got man of the match, right? He tweeted, "Ashley Young, worst player on the pitch," right? So I tweeted him back saying, "What are you on about? You got man of the match." So then he's like, "Who give him that?" Gary Neville, he don't know what he's on about. Right? Quote tweeting me like he does, the weasel. Right? So next thing you know, literally hundreds of people tweeting me, agreeing with him. "Young shit, you don't know what you're on about, Baldy. You're an idiot," and worse than that. And me and my missus were meant to be going out that night, and I stayed in because I was arguing on Twitter. I was like, "We're not going out, we're staying in," all because of him. But no, the story I was going to tell was MUTV, mate works at MUTV, and we do it Devils. He said, "Oh, some of your presenters, like, we'd love to get them on the channel. Do you reckon they come on?" I said, "I don't know, I can ask him." So they're naming all these presenters, right? And they didn't name him. So they're saying, like, Gaz Drinkwater, Webby, McCullough. And I'm like, I said, "What about Steve?" Like, he's one of our main guys. He's popular for some reason. And he went, "No, can't work with him." And I went, "Why not?" He went, "Ashley Young, seen his videos." I was like, "What?" He went, "Yeah, we can't have him on there." I was like, "Right, okay, fair enough. Can't argue with that." So yeah, he obviously watches your content.
No one subscriber.
Yeah. Hey, I
So
think
apparently he keeps saying he's going to come on and do a podcast with Rio, but he ain't. And
he's got to sooner or later. He's got to. I hope to God, right, it's not one of them weeks when you're not on it. I hope it's not one of them where you're away or something and he goes on. I'll be very, very disappointed if Rio does that. He's got to have you on there. He's got to, and you've got to address the elephant in the room. Chris C has sent a super chat. I don't think there's anything on it. Just his first super chat. Thank you for that. Webby, it's always a pleasure when we have you on. When are you next on? Can I book you in for the 17th?
When's that?
Not next Friday, the Friday after.
You certainly can, sir. Yes, I shall be here.
Yeah.
It'll be a pleasure.
Yeah.
Why have we got a special or something?
No, I think you're not here, are you?
what's that day? Where
I don't
am I
know.
that day?
A week,
better have-
2
you
weeks,
better have
2
sent
weeks,
it away.
2 weeks today.
I'm away at some point. I can't remember what I'm doing.
Well, this is what you missus told me. So
it's International Week night, isn't it?
Yeah. So me and you will get up. We'll make it a Salford
Can we
special.
not get Joe McGrath on?
Why do you want to get him on?
I
Joe
love him.
McGrath. Do you?
Yeah, I love Joe.
Right. Okay. If you want.
Like the radio-
Say
like the
what? Why
radio
don't
days.
give Ethan a camera, get Joe Smith on it, and just call it the Sloppy Joe's podcast.
Just like the old days.
Just
of
go
the
on,
radio.
Nurse.
I know. Get Joe
Don't
McGrath
invite-
on
don't
it.
invite
No, I'm
me.
only
Don't
joking.
invite
No, do you know what?
I only want some chicken wings.
My favourite ever thing that's ever happened to me doing content was with you and Joe McGrath, but it was off camera. We can never repeat it. And I mean that. PL Greaser. Yeah, we will. We'll get Joe McGrath on. We'll get Joe McGrath on. That's a good shout.
Chelsea away.
PL Greaser says, remember Staunton's belter at OT in the 93 season? Great goal, boys.
Who's belter?
Staunton for Villa. I don't know why he's praising that when Villa Drew was in the 92-93 season.
Yeah, it was 1-1. Usually got.
Well, I don't know why he's praising
Oh,
that.
it's a decent goal, and usually got the equaliser.
must
1-1
be a
was a
Villa
Sunday
fan.
could have come
Have you
straight
ever
from
seen
football.
someone hit volleys like Mark Hughes? It was otherworldly, wasn't it?
You want to watch when he scores at Southampton in the League Cup, the Milk Cup, volley from outside the area.
Yeah.
And Clive Tilsley's commentating. I'm dying to rewind what he says. Unstoppable or something.
Yeah.
Just dead off the cuff. Usually on the corner area, right foot, right in. Good night, God bless.
Do you remember, I know we weren't volleys, but do you remember one against the Scousers in the Rumbelows Cup?
When
Old
he had
Trafford?
his foot bandaged
Yeah,
up.
from
3-1.
about 25
3-1
yards
we
out.
beat him that night, yeah.
That was one of my first
That was
games
it.
I can fully remember.
Yeah.
And I
He
remember
went for about 3 or 4 tackles. He just wallops it over Bruce, didn't he?
it's still that's my
Some
favourite
of
ever
the European
atmosphere
games. I don't know
at
which
United.
European
I
game
think-
it was. It was early doors when the Stretford end was still being rebuilt, and it was one of those night games, and it was just fucking every time the ball came in the box, Hughes is like on his back in the air, just fucking throwing legs at stuff.
He's mint, innit?
He was box office, wasn't he?
He was, honestly.
Was his birthday this week?
Was it?
Yeah, I think it was his birthday.
Did you have a chat to him?
I'm actually going to meet him with a mate of mine in a couple of weeks. He's doing something for us. So, you know, people say he lost a bit of his thing because he managed City, but at the end of the day, he got not in my eyes. You know, he was a centre.
And he didn't manage him to any success.
Right, Webby, if you can, invite him on.
Yeah.
Tell him to sort my drink out, and we will do us three with Mark Hughes, and we will do a watch
I
along.
didn't even know he'd been sat.
We'll do a watch along of the 1991 Cup Winners' Cup final with him and have a few bevs,
Yeah.
and it will be the greatest video that no one watches.
Yeah.
I'll certainly
We'll have
a word
8
with
people
him.
in the chat.
We'll have a
We'll
word
have
with
fun.
him, yeah.
We don't care. Chris C says, what happened to my chat? Oh, sorry. Does Mr. Howson, very formal, fancy a trip to Stockholm and experiencing the Hammarby Ultras? Also bringing my lad over from Sweden on Boxing Day to watch United for the first time.
I'd love to go to more trips, but with the commitment to the footy team, No, I can't.
We
It's
were
really
trying to get
fucking-
Steve to do anything. He's graph because he's.
I'll go.
Mate, remember
You know,
me and him
Webby
used to do the radio. If anyone would ring up from anywhere, you get some. It's Dave from Toronto. Whereabouts in Toronto are you from? Whereabouts?
Spare room.
Yeah. I said to him, I always chat to everyone like, where I said, you never know, you might be over there.
Can't get to Altrincham, me.
Webby, it's always a pleasure.
So, man, enjoyed it again, lads. Just hopefully next time we're back, we're a bit more positive.
I don't like seeing you
Fingers crossed.
despondent. I'm not having it.
Oh, we're in fucking trouble, you know.
Mate.
These next 2 games are like, well, you should win those. But what if you don't win those?
Do you know what worries me? Is
The
if we
imminent
don't
threat
win
of World War III.
that as well. That's a great point. I'm falling out of love with these players. It's not the manager. I'm not even blaming the manager. Sometimes you look at a manager, you go, Moyes is terrible. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Remember years ago?
Van
Well,
Gaal
I
doesn't
was
know what he's doing,
obviously
whatever, but
before.
these players,
Obviously, I
man.
was going before Hughes, and I always had that player I wanted to be. I wanted to look up to. Remy Moses.
It's weird
You
in
know,
the
he used to have
50s,
my hair like Remy's.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
used to stalk him. I called my lad after him. And now, none of these. I wouldn't even call.
That's taking stalking to a new level, by the way.
Yeah, Remy Moses, my first hero. Then Robbo, and then going on, you know, Hughesy and Keeney and.
Remy
Giggs,
Moses is one of my first players. I recognise
And the thing is
as a
now,
player.
I don't identify me with any of this current team. You know,
Who's the hero in this team? Who's the one that you go in? Love him. Love what he's doing.
Don't even want to beat.
Mate, he's not had a bad game this season.
he played well, hasn't he?
Peter,
No, when we
go on.
was talking about naming Blake, I wanted, apart from Spartacus, which I was half serious about, and Gunnar, I wanted Gunnar, spelled like Ollie.
Yeah.
Just before he got appointed as well, it was. But I also was thinking of Javier Patrice, was what I was thinking of for a name.
That's decent. Yeah. Like, as a middle name.
No,
As a
Javier.
double- Javier
like, as in
Patrice.
like Chicharito,
Yeah.
and then Patrice as a name. But
You were vetoed.
no, we had to go.
Yeah, it's not one of them. It's not one of them unisex ones, really, is it? That you can kind of get away with.
Because she's got a bit of a, ambiguous name now.
Well, my lad has, yeah. Ellis is a bit of a one that can go either way. But yeah, Javier Patrice. The thing with that is as well, I like the reason that's relatively safe. I don't think Patrice Everett's ever going to manage a rival or do anything where you go, I fell out with him. Do you know what I mean?
Even the chicken thing was quite funny.
Yeah,
He was, wasn't he? Hilarious,
he's ace. I know you spent a lot of time with him, but when we met him for that book signing, when he did his thing with me,
He's over with us in February.
Oh, is it?
Patrice,
Oh,
yeah.
he's a geek. Honestly, we met him afterwards, and he was so friendly and spent so much time with me and missing my dad, and he was just awesome guy. Honestly, I can't speak highly enough of him.
He said, what was he talking about? He was talking about fucking Bebe getting this United team in a minute. I text him saying, not fucking Bebe. And he's like, 100%.
Really? Love that. That says it all. Bebe walks into this team. Peter Kelly's been a member of the academy for 39 months. Thanks, Peter. That's early doors, that. Finished the Beckham doc. Surprised they didn't mention him. Coming back to United with Milan. I was buzzing for that game when the draw was made. They skirted over a lot with Beckham, and they messed around with the timeline a little bit.
How many episodes is it? 4?
Yeah, I
It
think
could have
so.
been 12.
It could have.
Could have been a lot more than that.
And also, they made, like... There was a few things. I loved it. It was good. I thought it was good, but there was like they didn't. I don't think they went hard enough on the fact that when he came back from the World Cup, United had his back.
Yeah.
They made it out like we waited till the Inter game.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden we were behind him. We weren't. Yeah. It was like we circled those wagons. And from the Leicester game, you remember when he scored that free kick. We were behind him.
Yeah.
It was England. We're all behind David Beckham. No one really cared about what had happened with England. So yeah, but it was a good doc. Listen, I'm going to wrap it up there. Big thank you to Webby for coming on. Big thank you to Alison as well. Who are you playing this weekend?
North Walton in the Manchester Cup tomorrow. It's away. In Salford at the Lowry.
Shut up.
Why?
Really?
No, why?
Nice. Good stuff. It's all right,
Not
isn't it?
fair.
Yeah, no. I don't think you're playing in the cinema. What time's kick-off for you?
1:30, annoyingly.
No, mate. You've had a stinker there, haven't you? Yeah. You want it to be 12:30 so you don't have to get tempted to watch United.
I'll struggle to watch it, so I'm going to have to tape it and try and watch it. But do you know what? Here's the problem, right? So I'll try and do that, and I won't have my live score turned on.
Yeah.
But someone will go, fucking hell, United winning. Or fucking hell, United losing. Yeah. And you'll be like... So even if you try...
No.
As soon as you get in the change room at half time, someone will go, scores United.
Yeah, nah, you do,
Someone
bro.
will tell you, you'll never get...
So then, if it's a shit result, you're just sitting there fuming, waiting
delete.
for the inevitable.
Then delete.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question, right, honestly? Be honest. Do you get more annoyed with Paddock losing or United?
It's different.
Yeah.
Because one I feel responsible for, and one I am completely absolved the responsibility for.
Because I've spoke to you after United. I've spoke to you in certain games where United have been shit and Paddock done well. You've been alright. You've been quiet. And the other way around, I've seen you. You're just fuming. Do you know what I mean?
We've won this year and I've been fucking mad.
Yeah,
We've lost once in 6 months, and I'm still fucked off about it. So,
well, hopefully we'll hear from you at some point over the weekend. Go and check out Stretford Paddock FC. You know where to find Stephen Alson as well. You know where to find Webby as well. Don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe. Big thank you to Manscaped sponsoring this podcast. This has been The Brew. Thanks for watching.